I am going to show you today my process for making stickers from start to finish. So I start off with a design for my stickers. In this case, we're going to do the Strawberry Munchkin sticker. And what I like to do is I like to edit a lot of the sticker kind of preferences in Procreate rather than try to do that in Cricut Design Space. And that's just because I find it easier to do it in Procreate than to use Cricut Design Space, and it tends to be more consistent in terms of working in Procreate. So what I first do is I add an offset, and the offset is just a smooth guide for the Cricut to cut around. If you didn't have an offset, then it would try to get every single little detail of the pencil or whatever marker you're using in Procreate, and that can get pretty messy pretty quickly. The next thing that I like to do is I like to remove the background. So there is a part in the uploading process in Cricut Design Space where you can remove the background, but I like to just do that in Procreate. It's just really easy. You just unclick the background layer, and then you don't need to worry about it in Cricut. So then I just share my image as a PNG. I like to do a PNG because then you can have the transparent background. And yeah, you're all done with Procreate. So now we're in Cricut Design Space, which as you can see, I already have this project created. However, we're gonna just show what it would look like as a new project. So you would go up to the upper right hand corner. Sorry, I just realized my camera didn't really show that. You go up to the upper right hand corner and press new project, and that will give you a blank screen. You go to upload, and you're going to upload the image from your computer. And then here is where it can remove the background for you if you didn't already do that in Procreate. However, I already did that, so I just hit apply and continue. And then I select flat graphic, and then I upload it. And so the size of the canvas that I use in Procreate is an A6. And so that means that when I upload the image to Cricut, it gets pretty large, but I prefer having a larger image that I then have to shrink down versus a small image that I have to scale up, just in case it loses any of the detail or becomes kind of fuzzy when I'm scaling up. So I actually prefer it that way. And then I make it, just kind of a reasonable sticker size. I usually go around 2.5 to 3 inches. And then I make several copies of it just so that I can fit as many stickers as possible in the cutting area of the sticker sheet. And then what I like to do is I like to attach them all. So attaching them just tells Cricut that you want them all on one page rather than having it try to reorganize things into possibly separate pages. And then you're just gonna hit make, and you save it. And then you get to this preview screen of what it will look like on the page. That looks good. So then I want to send it to my printer. I like to use the system dialog just because then I can change the settings based off of whether I want it to pull paper from the rear tray and what quality of image I want printed. So I do that, and this usually shows up behind Cricut Design Space, so you might have to kind of change where it's at. And then I use the heavy cardstock for my sticker paper. If you're using Cricut sticker paper, then you can use whatever their actual sticker paper is. That works pretty well, but for something that is not Cricut brand, I found that heavy cardstock would just make sure that it cuts all the way through and it gets a nice clean cut. So that's what I use. And then you just let the Cricut do its work. And there you have your stickers. Thanks for watching. Bye!